In this session, we're going to talk about adding bookmarks and announcements to our main page. We started with the syllabus page and configured it. We do that typically in 2 columns. The main page for readability is arranged in 2 columns also. In our last session, we were focused in on the handout section here, and now we're going to look at bookmarks. So when I click on bookmarks, I see that I don't have any listed. If I click on the blue bookmark at the top, I had to change it back to the faculty view. I see that I'm allowed to have sets of bookmarks, and I can have add a bookmark. And again, we want to use the sets here so that they make some sense. So this might be sites for face-to-face session. That might be a set. I can add another set in here real quickly. Maybe this is going to be reference sites. So I can add bookmarks this way. Now I'm ready to add a bookmark. So I click on add a bookmark, and I'm going to just choose hewlettpackard.com. I could give that any title I wanted, so I don't have to do it like a URL, but it's hp.com is where we want to go. I don't want to call it ungrouped. I'm going to call this reference site. Again, I see that I can display them now or later. That's a choice. I don't have to show everything to the students up front, so I might choose to only have these things appear during the day of class, so I could pick a date when it's going to appear. Of course, that would show it up right now. And when I hit save, I'll see that I have a website created. If I click on that, it'll take me directly to that website. That's not where we need to be. So we're going to go back here to MyCC again. See where I lost it to. So I have a bookmark called reference sites. Under bookmarks then, if I want to add more, I just click on the blue bookmarks, and I can add as many as I want. So I click on that, and maybe this will be Cambridge maybe this is our main website. Or maybe I just want to make it look a little differently here, so I'm going to call this Cambridge College. And we save and add another one. This will be in this particular case, I'm going to put that under sites for face-to-face session, just so you can see how that works, and hit save. So I have Oracle Corporation. Of course, I want to click on it, make sure it works. And Cambridge College, make sure that works. So it's a good practice. You always want to verify that your website's links are working the way you want it to. So once we finish this, we again have this little wrench at the top, so we can put things, preferences in, and we can alphabetize them and both the sets and the bookmarks themselves. So it looks like it's a little bit more orderly to the person that reads it. So now we see a several bookmarks, and I can put this into student view, and you see in student view the editing capabilities go away. But if they would click on Oracle Corporation, it'll work for them. It takes them directly to the site. Second part of this session is to talk about announcements. We have a little portlet up here for announcements, but it doesn't appear that it's going to let me, as a student, configure it. But announcements comes in two flavors. This particular one is just me using the About This course for my announcements. I create content, and I see that I'm allowed to have these things called elements. This might be talking about a WebEx. And so I could put in here information. To have a meeting. Now, I can do it that way, but I'm going to actually show you something within this. I want to go to the WebEx itself, and so if I look on my home page at the bottom, it says WebEx. I know that's the site I want to go to, so if I copy the URL, that's the location on the web at the top. If I copy that, then I'm able to go over and use that directly in my course. Let me see if I can get back here to where I want to be. To put a web link in there. And so instead of just typing WebEx like that, this fifth box over this is called Insert a Hyperlink. This is the hyperlink. This is the web address of that session. Now, I don't want necessarily all the junk that I see up there, so I'm going to clean that up. So I tell it that's where I want you to go, cambridgecollege.webex.com. And I'm going to do this in a new window. If you choose the same window, the back key will work. New window puts it in a separate window. I like making it pop off the page by making it red, and just type something like that. And when I say save, now I have a web link where they can click directly on that. And I save the page. If I'm looking at my announcement page here, I click on WebEx, and it should open the WebEx for me directly. So the other part of announcements is I may have other sections I want to add. I'm going to add a new element here. Actually, I want to make it my first element. It's just welcome to class. Something like that. And I can just say, please bring Now, typically, if I'm going to ask something like that, I might highlight that and save it for another purpose. But if I want to change the order of these things, the announcements, I can make that one the second one and this one the first one just by typing it and say reorder it. And so when I click back on leadership, I'll see welcome to class, and here's my WebEx session. And my handouts and my bookmarks. And by the way, I said, since I have a second more here, I said if I'm going to add something, I like to send it to the students. Typically, I'll click on collaboration and go to the student list and email them directly out of my CC. So that's how I would do it. Thanks. Bye.